Those are the Staples Singers. Yeah, Mavis Staples is part of the Staples Singers, at least was. She's performing tonight to kick off Montreal's Jazz Festival in its 45th year, which is kind of mind-blowing to think about. Cha Dunlevy from the Montreal Gazette is here to tell you what's coming up. Cha, thanks so much for coming on today.
Thank you, Aaron. It's an exciting day.
It is. Can you remember back to when we first announced Montreal will be holding a Jazz Fest? You old enough to remember that?
Well, I was a kid at the time, but I do remember those first editions when it was on St. Denis Street, and it was, it was just in the beginning, but it was exciting even then, these stages. And I just remember, jazz drummers playing and, crowds outside and kind of trying to piece together what this whole crazy party was all about.
Yeah, and a party it was. And, of course, it's just expanded and expanded over the years. Great venue now, of course, because there's so many free concerts you can go to as well, even down around Quartier de Spectacle. So I guess the one thing I did want to ask off the top is, it's interesting sometimes, you look at your own city, it's kind of you're in a bit of a vacuum. There are jazz festivals held around the world, probably some of the more famous in Montreal, the one, of course, in Newport. But Montreal's has really, I don't know if you agree, has kind of grown in prominence to become one of the biggest ones in the world, has it not?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's viewed, I think, as the biggest jazz fest in the world. And I think it's largely because of the free concerts, and what they offer crowds. You get so much quality, and it just seems to get better every year in terms of what they offer you for free, just walking around on the site. And you don't even have to pay to access the site. It's amazing and world class through and through.
Yeah, absolutely world class. So let's talk about this year's event. First of all, let's kind of give people a rundown, some of the bigger names that will be here, and the ones that particularly stand out to you, perhaps.
Yeah, well, like you played the Staples Singers before. I mean, for me, the free shows are always the amazing part. And I mean, Mavis Staples opening up. They've got some really big names outside this year. They just named Blue Rodeo tomorrow night. I mean, it was a month ago or so, but it was a kind of a late addition. Blue Rodeo playing a free show tomorrow night at 9:30 downtown at Quartier de Spectacle. We've got Ella Sapi at Quebec, Inuktitut singer, or her album Inuktitut. She's an Inuk singer. She did an album of covers of everything from Led Zeppelin to Fleetwood Mac and Cyndi Lauper, all in Inuktitut, her native tongue. Beautiful album, and she's going to be playing songs from that on Saturday night for free outside. And all the way through till next Saturday, the fest closes with a real jazz bassist and singer, Esperanza Spalding. 9:30 p.m. for free downtown as well. So there's stuff for everybody, but there's also some real jazz being played outside too, which is to the festival's credit.
By the way, so let me touch on that, and I mentioned that earlier when I said, hey, today the festival is kicking off. The one thing that the organizers have done, who put this together every year, is realized, I think, fairly early on that, you know what? Calling it a jazz fest, that's great. There are lots of jazz aficionados around. But then the idea of expanding that to include basically anybody and everybody in the world of music was, I thought, a pretty genius decision.
Absolutely. And I mean, they've always kind of said it's a music festival because every year there's people who question, yes, but is this jazz? Is that jazz? And, they've always just kind of said, look, it's a fest for everybody. Jazz is kind of the overarching, let's say, inspiration or concept. And there is pure jazz there if you're seeking it out, but there's also music for everyone, world music, reggae music, rock music, hip-hop music, electronic, there's a bit of everything, but it's forward thinking and it's mass appeal. One of my favorite things at the Jazz Fest is just to walk around the site on a hot night and kind of people watch and listen to all the languages being spoken and the Americans who've come up and just realize that it's really a destination, and people are coming from all over to take in what we take for granted almost, wondering if we should go down on a summer night and check out the Jazz Fest.
Yeah, and by the way, talk about tourists from out of town. Again, at the beginning, start slowly, and I guess within the jazz community, people kind of find out. But then, of course, this has become one of the biggest tourism events for the city, really, at the end of the day. I mean, between Grand Prix and the Jazz Fest, I would guess two of the biggest.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, the Jazz Fest. I mean, Grand Prix for sure. It's on its own kind of level. But the Jazz Fest, it's quite amazing. It's 10 nights, People can go down on any night, hear free music outside, go inside to all these venues, like crowded into, like, I don't know, 5 or 10 city blocks. Like, everything is within really close range. And we have these amazing venues from Place des Arts or Club Soda, MTELUS, all within a few blocks of each other. And you can basically hop through the venues or catch the outdoor shows, like 10 stages or whatever, on any given night. You can catch 5 to 10 shows.
They've done an amazing job. I think back to the old days in the Spectrum when they used to still hold shows for the Jazz Fest in that building. Do you have a favorite amongst those who are coming?
Oh, that's a tough. I'm very excited to see Nas. He's a New York rapper who was really big in the '90s, and he's playing with the symphony orchestra on Saturday and Sunday nights. So that should be very exciting. And after that, I mean, there's so much stuff. I'm a big fan of Arouj Aftab also. She's an Arab singer, and she's playing tonight at Club Soda at 9 p.m. if you want something more mellow. But I'm excited to see Mavis Staples tonight for free outside. That's going to be a treat.
And of course, you're excited, I'm sure, to see these guys, or this guy. Little Trombone Shorty back at the Jazz Fest this year. I'm a giant fan.
Yeah, he's become a festival favorite.
He's amazing.
He's been coming for the past 10 or 15 years, and always brings the party, which the Jazz Fest is so great at, kind of making a party happen, making everybody have a great time on any given night.
Trombone Shorty is going to be here June 30th if you want to check it out. Hey, Cha, thank you so much. Do appreciate it today.
Thanks, Aaron.
Yeah, take care. There you go. Jazz Fest kicking off tonight. This is Trombone Shorty.
Let her go. God bless her. If the devil don't catch her, wherever she